The Whispering Shadows. The village of Ravenswood was known for its dense fog that curled through the cobbled streets every evening, whispering secrets that no one dared to listen to. They said the mist came from the old mansion on the hill, a crumbling relic of the past where shadows danced behind broken windows. No one went near it, especially after dusk. But 16-year-old Emma was never one to heed warnings. Curiosity had always been her curse. The stories about the mansion intrigued her, the tale of the man who went insane after hearing whispers from the shadows, the woman who vanished without a trace, leaving behind only her echoing screams. But Emma didn't believe in ghosts. She believed in mysteries waiting to be solved. One evening, as the fog began to roll in, she stood at the gate of the mansion, its iron bars twisted like skeletal fingers. The air was cold, biting at her skin. She shivered but took a step forward, her flashlight piercing the thick haze. The front door was slightly ajar, creaking as she pushed it open. Inside, the air was heavy, smelling of dust and decay. The floorboards groaned under her weight, and cobwebs hung like tattered curtains. Her flashlight flickered, making shadows leap across the walls. They seemed to move, just for a moment, but she shook off the feeling. It was just her imagination. She moved deeper into the house, the silence pressing down on her. As she entered the grand hall, she saw a staircase spiraling up into darkness. The whispers began. Faint, almost inaudible, like the rustling of leaves. They echoed off the walls, swirling around her. Leave. Go back. Not safe. Emma's heart skipped a beat, but she steadied herself. It was the wind, she told herself. Old houses made noises. But then she heard it again, clearer this time. A voice, soft, mournful, echoing through the halls. Help me. Her grip tightened on the flashlight. Someone was here. Maybe they were hurt. Ignoring the chill that ran down her spine, she followed the voice up the staircase, her footsteps echoing. The whispers grew louder, more urgent, but she couldn't understand them. It was like a chorus of voices, overlapping and echoing off the walls. At the top of the stairs, she found a corridor lined with closed doors, each marked with strange symbols. The air was colder here, and the shadows were darker, clinging to the walls. The voice came again, from the last door on the left. Please help. Emma hesitated, but the plea was so desperate, so full of sorrow, that she couldn't turn away. She approached the door, her fingers trembling as she grasped the handle. It was icy cold, sending a jolt through her. She pushed the door open, and the whispering stopped. The room was empty, dust swirling in the air. The window was shattered, fog curling inside like ghostly fingers. Her flashlight flickered again, and for a moment, she saw a figure standing in the corner, a woman in a tattered dress, her face hidden by long, dark hair. Emma's breath caught in her throat. The figure moved, gliding closer, her feet not touching the floor. She raised her head, and Emma saw hollow eyes, black as night, staring right through her. Why didn't you save me? The woman whispered, her voice echoing in the cold room. Emma stumbled back, her flashlight slipping from her hand. It rolled across the floor, the beam flickering wildly, casting shadows that danced and twisted. The whispers returned, louder, angry, swirling around her. You came. You shouldn't have. Now you belong to the shadows. The room grew darker, the shadows stretching across the walls, reaching out to her. She could feel them, cold and heavy, wrapping around her arms, pulling her down. She screamed, but her voice was lost in the chorus of whispers. The last thing she saw was the woman's hollow eyes, unblinking, watching as the shadows consumed her. The fog lifted from Ravenswood that night, but Emma never came back. They searched the mansion, but there was no trace of her, only her flashlight lying in the dust, its light long extinguished. The villagers still speak of her, of the girl who entered the mansion on the hill. They say, if you listen closely, you can hear her voice in the fog, whispering for help, lost among the shadows forever.